This is where I'm from, this is where it started. This is what becomes of the broken-hearted. This is going out to
Aanii, nii-naawkwe-wiisin Nishnaabemdaa noongo. Niin chansen noswin, me Wasauksing and and lately on the radio we've been going over words around lunch and breakfast, and we'll be getting on to supper soon. The nii-naawkwe-wiisin is how you'd say like lunch food. nii-naawkwe-wiisin. It's not a verb or anything, that's a noun. If you hear that win on the end, that usually means it's a noun. On the radio we went over questions that you might ask. Gwii-naawkwe-wiisin. Gwii-naawkwe-wiisin. That means, do you want to eat lunch? And how you might respond to that if you want to eat lunch is nii-naawkwe-wiisin. nii-naawkwe-wiisin. That means, yeah, I want to eat lunch. And that, I just want to go over nii really quick. The nii around here in Wasauksing, when I've been asking around how do we say I want to or need to, I've been getting the response of nii. In other places, you'll hear nwii. That means the same thing. You can, if you're from an area that uses nwii, then you'd be saying nii-naawkwe-wiisin. But here in Wasauksing, we use the nii. And if you don't want to eat lunch, for whatever reason, you'd say kaawiin nii-naawkwe-wiisinisii. Kaawiin nii-naawkwe-wiisinisii. I don't want to eat lunch, for whatever reason. And if you've already eaten lunch, you can tell them that. Aazha gii-naawkwe-wiisin. Aazha gii-naawkwe-wiisin. So if you've already eaten lunch, then that's what you can say to somebody. Aazha gii-naawkwe-wiisin. We also went over asking about a third person. So if you want to ask, did they eat lunch? You'd say, gii-naawkwe-wiisinina. Gii-naawkwe-wiisinina. Did they eat lunch? If you want, you can add a name after the na. You can be specific. Adding on to the question, gii-naawkwe-wiisinina, you can add the mashe if you want to add variance in your sentences. Like, gii-naawkwe-wiisinina mshe. Gii-naawkwe-wiisinina mshe. Did he or she eat lunch yet? And that mashe is yet. And then you can add that into your response, mashe. In Wasauksing, a lot of the times you'll hear kamshe for not yet. But in other places you might hear the speaker say the whole thing. Gaawiin mashe. Kamshe gii-naawkwe-wiisinisii. He or she didn't eat lunch yet. And then along those lines about asking about a third person, if you want to ask if a third person wants to eat lunch, like you're asking your friend about their child or another friend, whatever, you can say wii-naawkwe-wiisinina. Wii-naawkwe-wiisinina. Do they want to eat lunch? And then of course, if when you're being asked those questions, you can respond by just saying or ka, because they're yes and no questions anytime you hear a na. Or you can expand on the sentence. You can say wii-naawkwe-wiisini. That means, yeah, he or she wants to eat lunch. Wii-naawkwe-wiisin. Yeah, my daughter wants to eat lunch. Something like that. And then if they don't want to, you can say kaawiin wii-naawkwe-wiisinisii. Kaawiin wii-naawkwe-wiisinisii. No, they don't want to eat lunch. And then the last thing we went over on the most recent episodes was the commands. So, nii-naawkwe-wiisinin. nii-naawkwe-wiisinin is eat lunch. And the commands for VAIs follow a pattern. If it's a single person that you're commanding, it would be nii-naawkwe-wiisinin. That ends with an N. And then if you're commanding more than one person to eat, nii-naawkwe-wiisinik. Or where you're from, you might use a G, nii-naawkwe-wiisinik. And then the last one is you're including yourself. So nii-naawkwe-wiisinida. nii-naawkwe-wiisinida. Let's eat lunch. Aazha.
where I'm from, this is where it started. This is what becomes of the broken-hearted. This is going out.